Just quickly, guys, before we start, if you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a rating and follow the show. It really helps the podcast grow and reach more people we can help. I appreciate you. All right, Christmas. That strange time of year where everything's meant to feel magical, calm, and full of joy, while also somehow revolving around drinking from midday until you fall asleep on the sofa. That weird, sparkly, emotional, chaotic, nostalgic, slightly overwhelming time of year where everything smells like cinnamon, everyone suddenly expects miracles, and Mariah Carey rises from the dead once again. It's the season of mince pies, family gatherings, old traditions, and for a lot of people, a lot of alcohol. And if you're someone that's navigating mental health, addiction, recovery, sobriety, or just trying to keep your head above water, Christmas can feel like a lot. So I wanted to sit down and record this episode before Christmas. So this episode is for you. For the people choosing presents, for the people choosing themselves, for the people doing the hard thing quietly. This is TOMU, the open mic, unfiltered. Let's get fucking into it. Christmas didn't start with Coca-Cola ads and Amazon deliveries arriving faster than your emotional processing skills. Originally, it was a mashup of winter solstice celebrations, pagan rituals, feasts, fires, people drinking too much wine, and someone at some point going, "All right, lads, let's call it Jesus' birthday." Which, historically speaking, probably wasn't even in December. So Christmas is basically a remix, a greatest hits album of humanity going, it's cold, it's dark, life is hard, let's light some candles and try not to lose our minds. And honestly, I don't mind it. I'm actually here for it. It's always been about light in darkness, warmth in cold, connection when things feel heavy. Even if now it also involves credit card debt and arguments over board games. When we're kids, Christmas is simple. You wake up early, you're buzzing, you believe in something bigger. You care more about what's under that tree than who you're in the room with. But somewhere along the way, Christmas becomes complicated. Stress creeps in, expectations creep in, and for many of us, alcohol becomes part of how we cope with it all. For years, Christmas for me followed the same script. Big build-up, big nights, followed by blurry days, missing memories, and waking up wondering what I said, what I forgot, or who I let down. This year, it'll be different. This is my first Christmas sober since doing the podcast. And I want to talk honestly about, what that feels like, going into it, and to share my experiences with you. Let me be honest, Christmas sober, it ain't easy. Alcohol is everywhere. At dinners, at lunches, in adverts, in jokes, in traditions. And I'll be honest, there are moments where I catch myself thinking, just one wouldn't hurt. It's Christmas after all, get into the spirit of things. But then I remind myself why I'm doing this. I ask myself, would I trade presents for numbness? Would I trade peace for chaos? Would I trade clarity for a buzz that doesn't last? And the answer, every time, is no. Not anymore. If you struggle with addiction, drinking, substances, or even impulsive behaviour, Christmas can be a dangerous little gremlin. It's socially acceptable chaos. Everyone's drinking, everyone's partying, everyone's saying, yeah, okay, it's Christmas. Like it's a legally binding excuse. And maybe in the past, that was your green light. I know it was mine. You might tell yourself, I'll just have one. I'll start again in January. I deserve this after the year I've had. And then suddenly it's Boxing Day and you don't remember Christmas Eve. Or you said something you can't take back. Or you just ruined the vibe again. Or you woke up hungover, anxious, ashamed, disconnected. Maybe you've had Christmases where, you were technically there, but not really present. You were foggy. You were checked out. You were surviving instead of living. I know this feeling too well. And that hurts. Especially when the memories come back later. But here's the thing. A sober Christmas is different. It's not perfect. It's not magically healed. But it's different. You wake up without dread sitting on your chest. You remember conversations. You notice little things you used to miss. The way lights look at night. The way the food actually tastes. The The way someone smiles when they realise you're really listening. Being sober doesn't make Christmas boring. No, not at all. It just makes it real. Sometimes you feel awkward holding a non-alcoholic drink while everyone else is on their third. Sometimes you feel emotions you used to drown out. But those emotions, they're not enemies. They're proof that you're alive. They're proof you're healing. And you know what? I'm actually looking forward to something simple this year. Being present. To wake up the next day without guilt, anxiety, or dread. There's something powerful about going into Christmas with a clear head and an open heart. It's not loud joy. No, it's quiet gratitude. And honestly, that feels like enough right now. It's okay to look back at old Christmases and feel sadness. It's okay to grieve the years you lost, the moments you don't remember, the people you hurt, including yourself. But you don't have to live there. You didn't know then what you know now. You were coping the only way you knew how. You were surviving. And now you're just choosing a little differently. And that matters. Christmas has a way of amplifying everything. For some people it's joy, for others it's grief. For many it's just fucking complicated. So if you're listening to this and Christmas feels heavy, I see you. Sobriety has taught me that being here, right now, is something to be grateful for. Another Christmas, another chance, another year to do things differently. And not everyone gets that. And sometimes gratitude isn't about having everything. It's about realizing you survived what almost broke you. And if you're heading into Christmas sober, or trying to be, and you're nervous about watching others drink, just remember this. You're not missing out. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing memories over moments, peace over performance, truth over escape. You don't need to be loud about it. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be perfect. Just showing up is enough. Choosing not to drink today is enough. Choosing not to self-destruct today is enough. Choosing to stay is enough. You are the gift this year. Your presence, your honesty, your growth. And some people won't understand that. And that's okay. This journey, it isn't about them. And if you stumble, be kind to yourself. One moment doesn't erase your progress. And one day, it doesn't define you. This season, it isn't about perfection. It's about connection. So here's what I want to leave you with as Christmas approaches. If you're listening to this, it means you're still here. Still trying, still choosing, even when it's hard. And that matters. You're not weak for struggling. You're strong for staying. This season doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be you. Christmas isn't about what's under the tree. It's about who you're sat with at the table. And if that feels complicated this year, know that you still matter and you're still worthy of peace. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of staying. Staying present, staying honest, staying kind to yourself. You don't need to escape this life. You're allowed to live it. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for choosing yourself. And if no one's told you yet, you're doing better than you think. And wherever you are, however you're feeling, I'm glad you're here. Merry Christmas to you all. Be kind to each other. And as always, be good to yourself. If you're enjoying the podcast, leave a rating and follow. That'd be amazing. I mean, a cheeky 5 stars, it wouldn't help. You know, it really helps the podcast grow and reach more people we can help. And remember to follow on Instagram and TikTok at TOMU Podcast. If you think this episode could help someone, please share it. That's what this is all about. Reaching and helping as many people as possible. Thanks for listening and see you next week, you beautiful human.